actually putting them all together to make that perfect video. You are in the right place.
For your videos, number one is the resolution. So resolution is key, and because resolution is key, it's a bit tricky. If you have 1080p, if you want to go higher than 1080p, is too key. As I said before, your videos are going to be downscaled. So what you could do is that you could have your bitrate or the lower option on your bit rates on your videos. What it does is that you could have those videos even have the same 1080p quality, but still maintain a lower file size with your videos. Now, another thing which I mentioned, which also helps, that is that you can stick to MP4. So MP4 is the lowest size on the file sizing scale. You have MP4, you have MOV, which is higher, and CapCut on your mobile phones. If you use your mobile phones, CapCut always exports on MOV, always. So the alternative to that is that you could get the VN video editor. So it's letter V, letter N, space, video editor on your phone, and that exports on MP4. So if you finish your video on CapCut, you could just open VN editor and put your video and also just export it immediately, and it comes out as MP4. So that solves that problem for the MP4 to MOV file size. And also on VN, you also have the option to reduce the bitrate to whatever value you want. So I'll say you should stick to around 5.9 for the lowest you could go, and you would have a CapCut video which was about 390 megabytes before, come down to around 201 with 5.9 bitrate, and it still has an stable quality. So you have your CapCuts and VN videos look much alike with a lot drop in file size. So once again, file size, you have your file size gone down from both the bit rates and the format, which is the MP4. So that is that. Now, for the question on the softwares you can use, there are a lot of softwares that you could use, and I'm going to give you an alternative for each one of the phases that you have in this content creation with the video thing. So the first one, which was ChatGPT, you have a lot that can help you. You have Meta AI, which is completely free. You can use it on WhatsApp, or you could go to the platform and they generate scripts for you just like that. You have DeepSeek, you have Grok on Twitter, which will also generate scripts for you. There are countless AIs that you could use that give you the scripts, and you could also chat with them. You have Snapchat AI, which is also very interactive, and it has scripts also generated for you. And for the other applications, which was the next one, which was the image, the voice generation app, which was the image generation. I told you how that I gave you the Meta AI, and also the other one from Leonardo. Another one you could use is ChatGPT, but it has a whole huge limit. So I would say you should stick to thumbnail creation with ChatGPT because it's more accurate, it's very advanced. You have Meta AI also on WhatsApp, you could use that. Even Grok also supplies you images. You have DeepSeek also supplies you images. You have Midjourney, which supplies you images also. So you have those ones to serve an alternative. So if you run out of credits on each of those other applications, you can go straight there to have those images pop up from different platforms. Now, the next one from there would be CapCut in itself, to put those videos and audios together. And that would, a lot of alternatives are also available for editing applications. Off the top, you have InShot, which could also do the same work. You have VN Editor, and the beauty about VN Editor is that it's completely free, and you have 100 free video projects to be stored in a month. So that means you could create 100 videos and not delete the project in a month. Of course, you could just create a video and delete the project, but sometimes you always have to go back. We've had times where we had to correct a couple of things because we always want to put out the best quality, and we have to go back to the projects, and that's because we have the project saved, so we could go there and tweak a few things. It could be the audio, it could be the way the videos were, it could be the soundtrack, it could be anything. So you always have to store your project. So VN Editor has 100 projects every month for you to store, and every single thing and effect on VN Editor is free. So it's a very good alternative. And I said before, you have Video Show, also you have Filmora. Those are other platforms that are also free that you could use to edit your videos. I missed many other ones. So I think that one works for the videos in itself. So I'm going again for any questions. Okay, so someone asked for the prompt. I said I'm going to put the prompts in the next video, but if you could generate the prompts and put them out, we'll also do that. So if we're going to do another live whereby you have the cover a lot of things, because there are other things that we haven't covered, which is due to the time that we have, we could also do the live and put those other things in place. So as I said, the prompt is basically just having your essay style imputed, and every other thing follows. There are also some few keywords I'm going to probably have to go through on the next live to, if it's possible, to have those things being highlighted. I think that would be that. So for generation of multiple prompts, there's a question on what applications we can use to generate prompts. As I said, to generate prompts, there are countless applications. In fact, every major social media applications has prompt generators in them. So you have Meta AI on WhatsApp, Meta AI on Facebook, same thing with Instagram, and on Twitter we have Grok, and Grok has very good prompts that he generates, and same thing with ChatGPT understands on his own, which you have here on the platform that we use. I mean, you have also DeepSeek and other prompt generators that you could find. We have Coolbot. Coolbot also generates prompts like that. A couple of them that you can have. Just click on which on Google and search for any AIs. You have them being listed, and you could have more dynamics on the way you have your videos being made. You could even combine multiple prompts and also ask them to cite sources that you could confirm, so you do not have the wrong videos being put out. As I said, most importantly, you also have to read the prompts. It's quite important. You have to always read the prompts to have very accurate things being put out on your channel. Just is very important. So you can't put something in negligence. You have to always read the prompt. So I think that with that, okay, there's another question on the settings that are used for TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Basically, I'm big on the fact that the settings on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram are very similar, and you could use your same videos for them. Of course, when you design a video for YouTube, you might have to tweak a few things, few informations to align with the TikTok audience or Instagram audience. But when it comes to the settings, you could basically just use the typical 1080p 60 frames. But for Instagram, you can stick to 25 or 30 frames, because 60 frames doesn't really do well, and it's always compresses. So you could stick to 30 frames for Instagram, 60 frames, 60 FPS for TikTok, 60 FPS for YouTube, and you have a quality video in that aspect. And basically the bit rate is also the same. You have bit rates of lower. You could choose lower bit rate for Instagram also, because it compresses a lot. But for TikTok, you could even click the highest bit rate. And TikTok, you could also use 4K. And the compression on TikTok is very, very good. So you could use 4K. But on YouTube, I'll tell you to stick to 1080p, and you'd have a quite quality video. So I think those are the questions that we have. So in our commitment to our subscribers, we'll also try to see what we can do if we could have another live. Our possibility is to have a lot more questions answered and more things being covered, so you could have also the best videos you could have, because we do not gatekeep. So we try our best to work something out, and I think that would be that on that aspect. So basically, I think I've covered the major the basic aspects, which would be on how to generate your videos from scratch. And also, the most important thing when it comes to this is that you would have to practice a lot. So you have to spend a lot of time practicing it. It wouldn't just be that you watch this video and just go there and do the miracles. You would have to practice, spend time to get to know your application a lot more. You get to understand the prompt makers much more. You get to understand how the pictures, the images are generated, and the best images that you want to have and how you want them to appear. So that would be very important. And for a question that I saw, which was how long you decide for how do you decide for the duration of a long video? Basically, the duration of a long video is based on how you really want it to be. And for me, what I do personally to gauge my long videos and how I know exactly how long it's going to be is the depth of information I'm willing to put out and the depth of information I have on that video. So for instance, I'm going to do a video on the importance of sleep. I look at how much information I have on sleep, and if I check that information, I see that the quality information that I have are very limited, then I go for about a 6 minutes or 4 minutes, 3 minutes length of video. I go for a short, because I do not want to give out the wrong information just because I want to, get a higher views on my videos. So I do well to put out the best of information as relatively to the time as possible. So that's how you judge it. And if you have a subject like on keto, where you saw our keto videos, which was about 8 minutes or 9 minutes long, and we had a lot of quality information, scientific information to put on them, and that's how we judge how long we want to make each videos appear. So basically that's what it is. So if you have more information, then you can go for a longer video. If you have a shorter information, don't add to it just to put a longer video. You could always, it's better to have your channel with have a channel with the most integrity than to just have multiple informations and nobody's benefiting from it. So I think that is the last question I saw in the comments, I guess. Yes, so that is it. So basically, I think that this is already an hour on length on the video on the YouTube live. So once again, thank you all for getting us to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm sure that we're going to hit much more than this, because we do not intend to hit the brakes. We want to have more videos being put out. We want to have more information being put out to help everyone have great health and wellness, and we would not stop doing that. So you could always remember that you could ask for any topic that you do not have clarity on, and we could always put out videos in the light. So when you comment on our videos, remember that you do not always have to just comment on that particular video, but if you have questions, you could ask them, and we would be willing to do the videos, even longer videos with high information, with huge quality research for our subscribers. And remember that when you enjoy our videos, you do not always have to watch them alone. You can share them with friends and families, because everyone needs to have a proper and real heat health. So you could always do that. Share the videos, like them, subscribe, and that's the way you could show your support for the channel. So ensure that you do that every time you come around. I think that would be that. So thank you all for watching our live, and once again, more questions would be answered. So we have a request for another YouTube live session. So I think what we could do is we could do that. We would have to cover the thumbnails, because thumbnails is a bit technical due to the applications that we would have to use, because this is not just a generation of an image and just posting it on your page. So thumbnails are quite technical, so we would have to cover the thumbnails. So I get the point. We might have to do, or we will do, another live session. So the time we communicated on the channel, we have the flyers as we did the last time, so you could also follow through. And once again, sorry for the last breach and the glitch that we had for the live, which was scheduled for yesterday, but we have it already, have it live, and we would have to do another one to have our subscribers have the best from the channel. So the next one will be going through the applications that we use for the thumbnails, the way we get our titles, the way we get our descriptions, and more importantly, we would also go over a few more tricks that we could use on CapCut to have a much more advanced video. There are quite a lot of information that are still pending, which I have not really given out because of the time. So I think on the next video, we would have you watch all these things play out, and you would have very high quality video lessons on how to go around these things. So stay tuned. Don't forget, we'll treat the thumbnails, we'll treat the quality much more. We might have to show you exactly what the differences are. And also on the prompt making, I will show you a few more tips and tricks that you could use to have your prompts appear much more better and the output even much more better. Also, I'll show you how to generate longer videos that have depth and that have high quality and are not just repetitive kind of information. I'm going to show you the prompts that you're going to use to have quality scripts being gotten from ChatGPT alongside other script makers. So I think that would be that. So ensure that you're around for the next live. Don't forget, keep your post notification on. So you could go to our channel, go to the higher pad. After the subscribe, you see a bell button. Click the bell button so you have your post notification on, so you could always get a notification when we drop a video. And when you get that, you could always click it, just like the live, and ensure you do not miss the live. Of course, there will be a recap, but if you're not in the live, you can ask the questions and have your questions answered just like this. So basically, thank you everyone for watching the live. And once again, we will be having another live session. Ensure you're up and waiting for us. So that is that for now. Thank you all for watching our live session on Novellas360. And most importantly, see you all in the next one. And hello everyone, today we have a continuation of the live stream that we started 2 days ago, and let's go ahead and get into it. So last time we shared on CapCut, we shared on these applications, and we tried to teach you how to use these applications. So we'll just go ahead and continue with that. So let's go back to the basics. Now, what Canva does for you is that it has a lot of presets, or I could call them templates. Those are things that are pre-designed, or the pre-design. So you just have to input your pictures or your text or whatever information you have for your page. So basically, thumbnail is the image that you see on the YouTube post page. So when you open a YouTube video, for instance, you see a picture before you play the video, and the thumbnail is quite important because without the images, people would most likely not click. So what we do with our thumbnails is that we have the images put up there with the text, the title, either title or catchy part of our video, and we put that text on the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail space here, so we'll put that text on the thumbnail. So I'm starting with an example of something like this. As you can see, it says this is our logo, the logo, the channel logo. We have some text here, and it's basically simple. So this is a template, something that has been put there already by Canva. So we just get into it and edit it. So you have live session here, you have how to videos, and you have right then, but you much better open silver. Yeah. So what we can do now is that you know exactly why go making use of the export. Go ahead and do result. Export is right here on the right hand side. So I'm just going to go for 10. Let's put your resolution, and we have 480p, 720p, 1080p, 2K, and 4K. You have templates, examples that you have on the platform for you to go ahead and work with. So I'm going to show you a few templates and I'll show you how to edit one of them, and from there on you can
Okay, I found this on the web for samples that you have on the platform for you to check it out.
Some templates that you have, we have. You also says top 10 shocking moments. So these are the YouTube. When you open a YouTube page, for instance, and you want to YouTube, for instance, and you want to
found this on the web for YouTube. When you open YouTube page,
these are the kind of images that you find there. So let's get into it. So basically, if you click one of the thumbnails, for instance, let's click this one. So this is an example, as you can see, of a thumbnail, and it's editable. So it means that you can open it. You can open it and edit the information that is put there by it's completely, yeah, somewhere by to pay, but you do not have to pay. Those of them, as you can see, these are all free. So when you see a pro icon on them, you know it's paid. When you see that they don't have a pro icon, they are completely free for editing. You have to just click customize, and so have you have the ability. Let's go ahead and get some information. Okay, so this is one that says top 10 shocking moments. So let's say we want to have our YouTube thumbnail say that these are like the top 20 motorbikes in 2025, for instance. We'll just click this and you could double click on that. So you could tap it once to edit the text. And what you have to do is to go ahead and click the leads. The leads will say top 20, right? We'll go here and we could double click, or we could just single click and edit them. So let's double click on it. And you see, you could double click, clicks it, or you could click it single, pull it down, and you have everything. And you say motorbikes. See? But press enter, it goes to the next line, and you can say in 2025. So look at that. That comes out well. You have the top 20, you have motorbikes in 2025. You can leave the subscription there. Now for the image, this is an image of someone who is shocked, but we might not want to use that. We might want to use a motorbike because that fits what we're trying to do. So we could go ahead and get an image of the motorbike. So now I'm going to teach you something that is quite important, and I believe it's going to help you along the way. It's very quick. So what we want to do is, don't forget, we spoke about image generation. So for those of you that missed the first class, let's go ahead and do this. So this is Meta.ai. It's a platform for generating images, and you could always use the image for anything and anyhow you want to use it. So we have, this is a space. So the best thing fitting for the templates that we're trying to create something here would be a bike, because that relates mostly to the motorbike. So we could say, we'll go back to Meta.ai, and while we're there, we'll say image of 2025 motorbike. Now, if you stop there, it's going to create the motorbike, but it's going to have backgrounds like maybe flowers or something, or on the road. Because let's do that. Once we click this option here, you see it's going to take a few seconds. It's generating. So this is from the previous generation. So you have to leave the place to create the new one. So we say image of a 2025 motorbike. So let's do that again. Click enter. Now it's generating. As you can see, this is the area at which you can see how it's generating. Now you can see what I was saying. You have images of a road or something behind, but what you notice right here is that on the template here, there is no image at the back. As you can see, it's a free clip art. Now, how do you generate such kind of image? Now, technically you would have to pay for the pro version of Canva to have the backgrounds from this image removed. But I'm going to show you how to do it for free, because we have free tips right here. So the first thing is that you want to try to make it easier to get rid of the background. So you could say image of a 2025 motorbike with a plain background. So let's try that. So we want to have the easiest thing as possible on the background. So it's generating. So you give it a few seconds for it to load up. Now look at that. So you have a plain background, plain background, plain background. So the easiest which could be cut out is this one. So let's hit the download button. So it's in immediately. It says image of 2025 motorbike. Now there's a website that you could always remove backgrounds for free. That's called Remove BG. This is the website, remove.bg. So when you come to the website, you click upload. So you could either go to your files or just drag what you've downloaded to the platform, which I just did from the downloads. And you can see it's loading up, it's loading up. You have the bike image here and it's loading up, it's loading up. So just be patient, and in a few seconds, look at that. Boom. It's a clean removal of the background. So when you hit the download button here. Hit the download button there and hit download, hit preview. It loads up and it's in. So when you come back to Canva, what you want to do is you want to pull this image that you just downloaded, pull it over this one. And as soon as you do that, you have the image right here. So you could either replace it with this one or delete this one. So either way is fine. You could delete this one, bring this one and pull it out. So you pull it out as much as you can, pull it as much as you can, and boom, it's right here. So you could bring it around this place. And when you tap here, you have top 20 motorbikes in 2025. You have a motorbike which is here. The extra thing you could do is to change the colors, because if you have a channel, the color of your thumbnails has to fit in with your channel, because it's very important. So what you want to do is you could change the colors. So you could click on this one, for instance, or click on this one. Anything you want to change the color of the text, you can see it has already here. Let's say the color of our channel is mostly blue and white. We could change this to this blue right here, and it's fine. Anything you want to do, you change the color of the bell to the same blue. And if you don't know exactly the color you're looking for, you could just use this plus button here, and it brings out a color code that you could put in, or you could put the injector here that looks for the color you need. So once we put it here, this bell automatically changes to a blue. We could also change on the background here the multiple colors that are there. So you could do editing, but that will take a bit of time. So that's fine. So you could always change the colors and do whatever you want with the image. So this is a thumbnail that you could just post on your page and have good views, because the thumbnail attracts people to your page. So this is just that. And we'll just do one more template so I could show you exactly the dynamics of how this works, because this is actually a very easy template to follow. So we come back here again, we have other templates. We could do a more complex one, I guess. So let's pick this one. This one is a bit complex. So as you can see, this is a person in front of the text behind, so it shows the complexity. So we'll click customize. So you're going to wait a few seconds for it to load up. Just wait a few seconds for it to load up, and it's loaded. So it's loaded. Now what we could do is wait, and it keeps generating every single thing you would need for this edit to be complete. So basically we have it here, the text. Don't forget. So what we did the last time was just double click. We could say top 200, right? And you just tap outside of there. Boom, it's there. So we could say motorbikes, right? Or we could say 2025. And we could click here and say motorbikes, right? Boom. Look at that. So top 200 motorbikes. We could bring this down, or we could click motorbike. Either way, you want to have it. You have the full creative platform to do anything you want. So we could say motorbikes, top 200 motorbikes. Click here and say in 2025. So basically that's that. And you have the text here. You could put the name of your channel. You could import the logo. I'm going to show you how to do that. Just go straight to uploads. So you would click uploads, then you can see the image of the bike is already there. So you could upload whatever you want, but we're going to use the image of our own platform, because why not? So we'll scroll back to Beginner 360. As you can see, this one has a background, but this one, the background is removed, which is what you always want to do because it looks more professional. Don't forget, remember how we remove the background, go to remove the BG, put your logo or whatever it is, and you have the background removed. So come back here, we have the logo of our channel here. So you could just scroll down. You could put that here, right here. And we can make it a bit slant because these ones are slanted. And how do you have something slant? You have these two curvy signs here, as you can see down. These are two curvy signs. So you just pick any one of them. You could curve them down this way, and that is fine. Now, because you want it to look a bit more professional, so the last thing I'll show you to have more professional thumbnails is that you could put this image, this logo behind his hand. So his hand is here, right? So we could put the image behind his hand. How do we do that? We'll click on the image or any image at all, and then you go to position. So position pops up here. You could go to layers where you see exactly the way all the images are being aligned, or you could go to arrange and you just basically want to send it forward or send it backward. So send it backward because you want it to go behind the hand. Send it backward, send it backward, send it backward. Now you see it's directly behind the hand. So that looks more professional rather than it just appearing on the hand. So, or you could bring it, you could put it here and delete this. You could hold here and delete this. The bin logo is the deletion. And if you make a mistake like this or drag it somewhere and you don't know how to bring it back, just press Command and Z. Command and Z, you go back, or Control Z, or you have an undo on your phone. This is an undo also on your phone. Or you could do redo to take it back to how it was. You could do undo to bring it back to how it was. So it's really user friendly and it's very good for you to do anything you want to do. So here, we could also drag this. We could do this anyhow we want. And don't forget, I said we could bring the logo right here. You could bring it down. And don't forget what I said, how it is to rotate the logo here. Just put it and you could bring it down. And if you observe, this is the image is much darker than the microphone. That's because it's behind the faded layer. So you could click it and go back to position and send forward. You can see it's now bright again. So you have it, you could align it with the microphone and you would be fine. So I think that is okay. So you could tap outside and look at how it looks. So basically for exporting, that means to send your design out for usage, you go to the share button here and you could click download. So you have the option to download it as a PNG file, which is a photo file, which retains high resolution, or you could download it as a PDF format. So I use PDF format if I'm teaching like this, so you could see the image when it's downloaded. So you could click download and let it open. So it loads. It takes a few seconds, basically, just very few seconds that it takes, and you can see it's in. So you could just open it. So on a file, and it pops up just about now. So yes, the design, as you can see, it's clear, it's crisp, it's high quality, and the resolution is really good. And you could use this for your designs and you would be fine. So basically that is just the basic usage of Canva for thumbnail creation. And don't forget, if I've said anything that you do not understand, you're always free to ask questions. So basically, we'll be moving on to something else. So don't forget what we learned here. We learned how to open at Canva. Don't forget, you have to log in. You have to create an account to use the Canva, but it's free for most of the applications set, except the ones you see the King Pro logo on here, the King Pro logo. So you want to avoid those ones, except you are willing to pay to subscribe. So you could scroll through the various examples that you have. You could explore more. You could search for your niche, and you would have very good images, templates right there for you to use. So what we could do now is to close this. So as I said, it's not only for the thumbnail. You could also create posts. You could create multiple things just from the Canva application. You can even design your logo just from the Canva application. The graphics, the logos, you could check for logos right here, and you would find many examples and many templates that you can use to create something for your platform. So I think that is fine. So the next thing that we would be looking at is the script creation. So I said the other day that you can as well create scripts from ChatGPT. You could create script and convert them to text from 11 Labs. So I'm just going to log out, as I said. So do it for as on a free account. So it's loading up and it boots up, and you have the account here ready to use. So we're going to be doing this from this account so that you could understand that it's not really if you're paying or not. You can always create very good scripts for your channel. So the other day we did something as regarding to how to start up a car. So let's do something different. So something off the top. Let's see. Let's try to do something on a script. So let's see. I need a script for a YouTube short video on 6 steps, right? 6 steps in creating a YouTube account. So this is quite easy, and if we press enter, look at what it's going to bring out, and I'll also show you how to correct a few mistakes that you've made if you just typed in this kind of information. So first things first is that I typed this on purpose without any special text so that I can show you that this is how a typical person might just type in the prompt and expect it to generate something outrageous, but it won't. Now look at this. It says, let's go over it. The first thing it says is step 1. It gives you a time duration to put that thing on the screen. It says on screen, open your browser or YouTube application. And step 1, this is really rigorous. And this would not make sense because let's test this out. If we copy this input given to us by ChatGPT and let's copy it. Copy and go into 11 Labs. Don't forget, what is 11 Lab? 11 Lab is an application that converts text to speech. As you can see right here, it converts text to speech. So it's 11labs.io. Log in an account and go to the left hand side here, the navigation icon, and click text to speech, and you would be here. So I'm going to clear this and we're going to paste in what we just created from YouTube. Now look at this, right? Is exactly what is on the screen. Now if I'll just go ahead and click generate speech. Look at it. It says the input contains one or more following characters. Step 1 and degree 0 to 0 of a speech. So that's the first run of the characters which were created
voiceover
by
open YouTube in your browser or
by ChatGPT. Now
2.
Let's go ahead and check in
0012.
what exactly
On screen, this is say tap the profile icon in the top right. Voiceover. Step 2. Tap the profile icon at the top right. Step 3. 013 to 016. On screen, click sign in or create account. Voiceover. Step 3. Click sign in or choose create account. Step 4. 017 to 021. On screen, enter.
Now, what you would observe is that it keeps saying step 2, step 3 on screen, and that is so distracting and it makes no sense because if you do a video like that, it already shows lack of professionality because you're here in step, you're here in the duration in between the video. It doesn't make any sense. So what you want to do is that you want to avoid it giving you these things, and also you want it to have a very good flow. So what you can do now is to go back to ChatGPT and let's redo the prompt and let's see the kind of result that we have. So let's make the prompt very professional. So you come right here and you would copy that, come to space and paste it, right? This is a previous prompt, which is I need a script for YouTube video in 6 steps in creating a YouTube account, which it's not bad, but it leaves a lot of things there. So it says I need a script. So first thing I said in the last stream was that I said you should use the term essay style script. So we say I need an essay style script for YouTube video short on 6 steps in creating a YouTube account. Now for the next line, if you press enter, it just doesn't go to the next line. You have to know that. So once you enter, it just sends the prompt. So you would have to press shift and return, or shift and enter if you're using a Windows, and go to the next line. So let's just go back, full stop, shift. Don't forget shift first, then enter. And the next line is for the clarity on what we want and what we do not want. So we say, I need only the script and nothing else, as I will be converting it to a voiceover, right? You can see on or using 11 labs. So using 11 labs, okay, labs. So using 11 labs. So that's fine and that's fair. Now you see the difference, basically, and you see what is being eliminated. So let's see. So we redo that. So it says, yes, there is our script. Now look at that. First thing it says is that it opens up by saying creating a YouTube account is simple and only takes a few minutes. So that already is conversational. So it's not just what it pops up on the first aspect of the video, which was up, which you could see here, or we could just go to the other page and just compare them, which says here on screen open your browser makes no sense, right? So it says creating a YouTube video is simple, it takes a few minutes. First, open your YouTube website or app on your device. Look to the top right corner and click on the profile icon. Next, sign in and choose create account. Now what this does is that it helps your idea for the video editing. If you're going to be using images or videos of you doing the exact same thing, it makes more sense. So let's copy this now, Command and C or Control and C on Windows. Then come here, we could click this. So select everything is just Command and A or Control A, then Control V pops up. So this is it. Now let's generate that and see the difference between this and the last video, the last audio, sorry.
Creating a YouTube account is simple and only takes a few minutes. First, open the YouTube website or app on your device. Look to the top right corner and click on the profile icon. Next, select Sign In, then choose Create Account. You'll be asked whether the account is for personal use, a child, or for business. Choose the one that fits you.
So basically you can hear that there's a huge difference between the two. This one sounds very professional and it sounds well organized, and it will also complement your video, whichever way you're making the video. So this is a way that you could do this. Now that's for the script. Don't forget that is just for a major short script that you want to create. So if we were to make this a long video, right? So because someone asked a question yesterday about how I know if it's a long video or not. Now, basically, 6 steps in creating a YouTube account doesn't necessarily have to be a long video, to be honest. But people can't grasp such things on a shorter pace, which is just like 45 seconds on a YouTube short. They want to be able to pause it. They want to be able to listen to it, to have more clarity on those things and what they're clicking. Probably they're not used to computers, or they're a bit elderly and out of touch with the technological world. So look at that. How we could do that is now tell ChatGPT. So you say, I want to create, how many minutes? You specify the time range, 5 minutes. Well explained YouTube video on what? On the 6 steps, or on the steps, because now you have a more dynamic time range to work with. So it says on the steps and creating what exactly? Creating a YouTube channel, right? It's a YouTube account or YouTube channel? YouTube account. Okay, so YouTube account. So from here, don't forget, it should be in Word. Make it an essay style script, right? Make it an essay style script. Okay, so basically it's very difficult for ChatGPT to follow the last prompt from the new prompt because we are using it on the web, so it's not really storing the information. So we might have to repeat a few things that we did in the last one. Okay, so it says make it an essay style script, right? Essay style script. As I'll be, okay, so there's no I'll be, that's a wrong that's a wrong one. As I'll be converting, right? Converting it to voiceover over on 11. Let's stop. Well, sorry, my typo. It will correct your typo anyways, but it's fine. On 11 labs, I guess. Yep. Okay, so that's fine. So let's enter it. let's let it do its work. So it's going to be longer. It's going to be more explained. It would make sense. So it's going to be longer and more explained. So let's see. So it's let's see what we have. So basically we have the entire script pop-up, and the script is here, and you can see that this is not just the basic 3-liners. These are well thought of scripts. So look at that. So these are 6 steps. It makes it 6. Okay, so you remember what we typed the last time because it added 6 to it. So look at that. It says open YouTube. Look at that. So it has an introduction. It adds the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. This is well arranged for YouTube video. Now, don't forget, you could also tell ChatGPT to include your tag, to ask it to follow your page. You can tell it to do anything, right? So, but first of all, let's just start from here. So we have creating a YouTube account. Just select this from the start and pull down, copy and copy, right? So we could go to 11 labs. So boom, command and V pops up. So basically here is the text that we want to generate. So let's hit generate and let's see how that goes for us.
Creating a YouTube account is the very first step toward joining one of the biggest video platforms in the world. Whether you want to watch, comment, subscribe to channels, or even start uploading your own content, having a YouTube account is essential. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 simple and detailed steps to create your own YouTube account, even if you're completely new to the platform. Let's get started. Step 1. Open the YouTube website or mobile app. To begin, open any browser.
Now, something is you could see how it transitions from the text here to the step 1, which means it's very seamless. So you do not have any issues with that. We could skip it, pull it over your YouTube channel.
Optional. Now that your account is active, you can start using YouTube as a viewer. You can like videos, leave comments, and subscribe to your or creative username, depending on your preference. You can also upload a profile picture and write a short bio to introduce yourself. And that's it. You've successfully created a YouTube account and are now ready to explore, engage, and even create your own content on the world's most popular video platform. Thanks for watching, and if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more tutorials like this. See you in the next one.
So basically that is that with conversion from ChatGPT to 11 labs. Now basically, if you come up to 11 labs here now, let's look at dynamics and the basic different things that we have in the application. So this is 11 labs. We have text to speech, we have voice changes, we have sound effects, studio dubbing, which is more over a translation, conversational AI to speak to the AI, and speech to text. So you could also convert speech to text, by the way. So basically, if you come here, you have, first of all, the space for you to put your text. We're only looking at text to speech here in this tutorial. So we come here, we have the entire space for you to put your text. Then the next thing is, what's the next thing? Sorry. So the next thing is to go to the settings aspect, because basically we would have this settings. I didn't really go into them yesterday, but we could do that 2 days ago, sorry. So we could do that today in this live. So we have voice, first of all. Now this is quite important because you might not know exactly which voice you want to use, want to make use of, and it's always a bit stressful. So we're going to look at the voice. So sorry, I just popped that. I have a video capture option here. So the video capture pops up. You should be able to see, check to see the face. Can you? You can't. Okay, I was going to make you see the videos before, but it's fine if you can't. It's really fine. So what I want to do now is to pop back onto the Chrome. Okay, so we're here, pop up. So basically, all right, so we have the full capture here. So from here now, what we want to do is that we want to have the voice be calculated. So both sides, my voice that was generated for the use of this page. So basically, if you go on to the voice design, it would load up very soon. So voice design here, you have no voices, wise and tranquil, and you have YouTube narration. And YouTube narration is the one which I did for myself. So basically, from here, just hold on a moment. These are the voices I did for myself. So you could either go back or select a voice that is given to you by 11 Labs themselves. So you have the option to choose your voice and also the option to choose the voice at which you were given. So basically, I'm going to show you where you have the options for the voices, both for the ones by 11 Labs and the ones that you could do yourself. Okay, so we're good. All right. So basically, I'm going to go back because I want to ensure that the audio is working perfectly. So here we are. So back on Chrome, I was going to show you the different voices and how that you could choose either one for your usage. So just hold on a minute. So back to 11. So on 11 Labs, we have, what is it? So you could search for voice. You could go to, from here, it shows voice designs. And from the voice design, you can select any one of the options that you have here. So basically, you have the recently used, you have the professional voice clone, you have voice designs, you have default voices. So if you come to default voices, I'm going to play them so you could hear them, and you could also know which exactly to choose. So basically, this is Adam, for instance. So I'm going to play it so you can hear. So this is Adam. So you have multiple voices. It's going to play Artist Trust is very expensive. Alice.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Anthony.
One today is worth two tomorrows.
You have Arnold.
There's power in looking silly and not caring that you do.
Now there is Bill. This is the voice that we were using at first before we found it.
As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
And Brian.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen.
So you have multiple voices, a lot of voices that you could pick and use. And these voices, they help you tell the story that you're trying to communicate. So it depends on what you're doing. That's exactly what judges the voice that you pick. So it depends what you do is what judges the voice. So let's look at, let's pick Brian, for instance. It's a strong voice. So when we double click on that, we have the voice here which says Brian. So if we generate this voice again, we have Brian's voice in there. So let's hit generate. It loads up and Brian is going to start speaking to us.
Creating a YouTube account is the very first step toward joining one of the biggest video platforms in the world. Whether you want to watch, comment, subscribe to channels, or even start uploading your own content, having a YouTube account is essential. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 simple and detailed steps to create your own YouTube account. even if you're completely new to the platform. Let's get started. Step 1. Open the YouTube website or mobile app. To begin, open any browser on your computer or mobile device.
So that's very straightforward, easy to use. Now, the next thing you could do is to play around with the speed. So you could have it very slow. So if you're trying to do a storytelling channel and you want it to be very slow, maybe for kids, or you want it, in that manner, what you could do is to make it as slow as you can, maybe around 0.84. And when we generate that, you will see, let me just reduce this because each time you generate, it takes off your credits. So you have your credits down there. So let's reduce it for a test. So you're trying to test out a voice, you don't know which one. Don't use the complete text on the screen because it's going to burn off your credits. So let's do that from here and let's generate the speech. I reduce the speed. Let's reduce it much more and hear how that generates. So generate speech. It's loading up and it will start about now.
Creating a YouTube account is the very first step toward joining one of the biggest video platforms in the world. Whether you want to watch, comment, subscribe to channels, or even start uploading your own content, having a YouTube account is essential. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 simple and detailed steps to create your own YouTube account, even if you're completely new to the platform. Let's get started.
So basically, these are the ways at which you can manipulate the voices. But as you can see, this is very slow and it makes sense. But if you want to go for something faster, that would mean maybe you're doing commentary, because you could use it for also a commentary. You could use it for commentary, and there's a way that you could do that. Actually, I could just quickly show you that. And this is a trick that you could also use, and nobody's going to teach you how to do this basically, but you'll find that here. So let me show you how to use it for something to your advantage. So first thing you want to do is to go to the voice, and the voice is going to load up. So what you want to do is to switch from default voice to voice design, and in the voice design you could go you could, from voice design, select a voice that you could select a voice that is unique. So voice design basically means that you want to put in a prompt, and when you put in a prompt, that prompt has the way they're being programmed, and the prompt now generates a voice that suits perfectly exactly what you're trying to achieve with the voice. So basically, it's not something that everyone does, because people just naturally go to 11 Labs and just click the effect. Just go to 11 Labs, click an effect, and then call it a day. But here, you could actually design a voice that fits what you're trying to do. In fact, you could design a voice out of your own voice. So, and that is quite special. So, it says here, create or clone voice, which is really interesting. So it says new voice design. It says less than a minute. So basically it says here that I've used all of your custom voice slots. So basically you can't I can't put an extra voice because I've done 20. I've done 30 out of 30 of the voice slots. But basically you can if you've not done that, then you have the opportunity and the luxury to do that again. So that's basically that, and it's really that simple, to be honest. It's really that simple. So and it's just what it is. I'm trying to delete a voice. Let's see if there's opportunity to do that, if it pops up. Does it? Okay, so we create a voice. I think so. Yes, we can. Can't we? No, it doesn't make any sense. So they're not going to give a chance to create a new voice, I think. So I guess that's that. Is that? I'm really surprised, because I feel like there should be a chance to put in a new voice if you've removed one voice from the slot. I mean, think about that. So let's refresh it. Let's see and confirm. So we could both know, both me and you, the viewers, to know that there's a slot limit. So next time you would not just put anything and try anything out. You would be very sure and certain that you want to keep that voice if you're trying to do it. Okay, I think it works. Okay, so it works. Yeah, it works. So what prompt do we put? I don't know. Can ChatGPT help us with that? Absolutely. So should we try ChatGPT? I want it to be like a commentary star, right? So I want to design a new voice on 11 laps. I want the voice to sound like what commentator? Maybe sport or football commentator or football. Let's put a place like a British, right? Should we use British or English? It really depends, because British is a very wide spectrum of voices. If we use English, that narrows it down to England. So let's say English. So let's put England in quote. Even England has a lot of voices, but let's go with that. So England in quote, football commentator. Also having the same enthusiasm. Not enthusiastic, enthusiasm. Okay, so basically I think that's fine. Okay, so I need the prompt. So it's the prompt we need. So let's see what we have. So it loads up, says you want to well crafted. Okay,